Hey, welcome to the program. I started. I started the show when I was in movement. I don't know if that's very cool to do. Hey, welcome to the program. I'm Ron Van Dam. It's the Ron Van Dam Show. It's a pleasure to be with you. This marks an anniversary. I don't know whose. Somebody named Bob and Joyce. I have no idea who. But if it's your anniversary, happy anniversary. If it's your birthday, whatever. Hi. I do this show once a week here on camera. I do it every single weekday at newenglandbroadcasting.com or ronvandam.com, or you can go to many of the platforms, the Spotifys, the iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Apple Podcast, Stitcher, all of them. We're on. Just search Ron Van Dam, Ron Van Dam Show, and you'll find me. We do it every single day. If you want to make me a part of your life, first of all, there's something wrong with you. And secondly, help yourself, whatever the case may be. What I do on this, hi, by the way. What I do on this show is, I'm sure, I should be looking right into the camera, but what's the difference? What I do on the show is I point out the things that make no sense. Here's something. I'm going to start at the top of the show. This is for my friends who live in the town in which I live. And I won't say which town that is, but I think you'll get an idea by virtue of the fact that I'm here. In the town in which I live, there is a big sign in the road, and it's one of those digital things, and it says that the Phase 3 water restrictions are in effect from May 1st until November something of this year. And I don't know if there's anything past a Phase 3. I don't think there could be. Phase 5 or something would be like no water. You gotta drink Coke or something. I have no idea what that means. Phase 3 means that you can, if you have an irrigation system, sprinkler system, let's call it sprinklers, you can only use it once a week at a particular time of day, and that's it. I've never been in a Phase 3 before. I think I've been in a Phase 2 where in prior years I could only do it on Mondays and Thursdays because of my house number. Other house numbers that are odd houses, which means that the garage is on the roof or something. That used to be Tuesdays and Fridays, I think it was. Can't water your lawn on the weekends at all with a sprinkler irrigation system. Phase 3 is what we're in now. Phase 3 means you can only water your lawn once a week, and that's it. Now, I totally understand why. There are water shortages. It rained for a long time, but then not. They're building a new waste plant, not a waste plant, a water treatment plant, because apparently the water in the town in which I live is not good. In other words, drinking it or using it to cook with, that's up to you now. It's not the best water we got. By government regulations, apparently, this water is not up to par. So they're building a treatment plant for the water, and in doing so, I guess even less water is available now. So you can only do your irrigation or sprinkler system once a week at the specified time. My response is, what's the point? What is the difference between watering my lawn once a week and not at all? It's going to go 6 days without, you have to do a rain dance and hope it's going to rain or something to get a green lawn. If you do use your irrigation or sprinkler system, it's a 50, well, first they give you a warning. Like, what's wrong with you, schmuck? Can't you understand English? And then the second time, I think it's $50, and it's $100 every time after that. So if you want to water your lawn every day for $100 a day, help yourself, I guess is what that means. If you have well water, well, then, but most people don't. So that's where it's at. What's the point of having a lawn now? You can always, at any time of day, any day, hand hold your hose. It doesn't mean what you think it means. You can stand there like some kind of Midwestern farmer and just stand there and with a hose. Just go, you can do that. So if you have flowers or something, I guess you can sprinkle those every once in a while, or a bald patch such as I have on my head. You can use water for that. Really, what it boils down to is, like, what's the point of having an irrigation sprinkler system this particular year? Because using it once a week is, like, absolutely absurd. It's because, I mean, especially in the summer, it's going to brown out, like, immediately. So, like, what's the point? Now you're really wasting water because you've just thrown water on your lawn, and it makes no difference whatsoever. It's going to brown out in the next 10 minutes anyway. So that's where it's at, man. I totally get why. I'm not being... Here's my comment for the town in which this is occurring, which we're both familiar with. I got my water bill about 2 days ago. This water restriction has been in effect since May 1st. We're considerably into May at this point. The water bill says nothing on it about any restrictions of using water. It says that the water sucks in the town, and we're taking care of it. We're building treatment plants for it, but it says nothing about a water restriction in watering your lawn. Somebody didn't put 2 and 2 together to make 5. What's the best place to tell everybody in the town that there's a phase 3 water restriction? Oh my God, it's a zombie apocalypse with water. How do we tell everybody? I don't know. Is there something that goes in the mail to everybody that has town water? Let me see. Perhaps the town water bill? Good idea. But they didn't do it. It makes no sense. All right. And that part of this mildly pisses me off. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. Why didn't you print on the water bill, there's a phase 3 restriction. You can only water your lawn irrigation-wise once a week. Why didn't you just put that on the bill somewhere? So that everybody could know, because now they can say that they can water their lawn and say, "Oh, I didn't know." Yeah, there's a big sign off the road there on Route 106 there. Well, I don't go that way. Put it on the water bill, then everybody that gets water has to pay for the water, and then they know that there's a restriction. My God. All right, now. Let's get on to more pleasant conversation. How are you, by the way? It's good to be with you. I do care about your health and your well-being because you're human beings, and if you're going to walk around near me, I'd prefer that you be healthy. I got a Facebook, message on my Facebook. I guess Facebook Messenger is what you call it. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I really don't know. I'm not, if you look at me, you can tell I'm not a millennial. I'm like 5 millennials into this thing. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, but on Facebook, of which I have many, many pages, unfortunately, I got a message from a beautiful young woman, 25 years old, very exotic looking, absolutely gorgeous, smiling in her picture. And the little message is she wants me to make her a Facebook friend. And I'm thinking, well, does that mean dinner first? I said, no, wait, that's not what that's about. Then I realized, well, what kind of beautiful model would want to be a Facebook friend of a grumpy talk show host? Well, it doesn't happen. then I then I said, well, Ron, you're doing the public figure thing, so you're going to get a lot of this. See, but I'm very conscious of scams. Um, I because of what I do, I'm very I don't trust anybody. Let's put it that way. If someone says something nice to me, my response is, "Oh, you're just saying that. Cut it out." I can't take a compliment because I don't trust them. I don't believe them. So when this 25-year-old beautiful woman wants me to accept her as a friend, my response is, who are you scamming? Where did you get this picture from? Do you live in Nigeria? Are you trying to get some money out of me? I don't know where this is going to go. So of course I blocked her. Bottom line is, if you're a very attractive 25-year-old woman, I will block you because I just don't trust you. That's a horrible, horrible thing. It really is. I mean, I don't know. It's that whole Facebook friend thing. I can't get past that terminology friend. These are Facebook strangers. These are strangers who just want to send you pictures of the pork chop they had last night. I don't really understand the whole thing. Why must I be entwined in your life? Because I totally don't care. If I were to be honest on Facebook, and it asks for comments when someone sends me a post, my comment would always be, "What makes you think that I care?" That would be my if they could make that a standard response. You just click on it. Why even bother typing it in? That would be the standard response for me. What makes you think that I care? I just bought toilet paper at Costco today. What makes you think that I care? This is the pork chop that I had last night with a beautiful salad. What? What? What makes you think that I care? Just throw it back at him, man. It'll shut him up. Well, I guess, I'm sorry, Ron. I didn't know that you didn't care. Why would I care? Do you care what I had for dinner last night, even if I took a picture of it? I know you don't. Although your comment will be, "Ooh, that looks tasty." Who doesn't have a life now? I wouldn't have a life, and your response would indicate you don't have a life even more than I don't. Facebook. God, Zuckerberg or Gutenberg, whoever, Steve Gutenberg, is it? God, what the hell's going on here? What the hell's going on? I was talking to an acquaintance. I won't use the word friend anymore. It means too much. An acquaintance, I was having a phone conversation with her. And I don't know what we were talking about because I don't really listen. Do you have acquaintances like that? They call you up and then they tell you what's new with them, and you seriously are not listening. I mean, you even put the phone down and then you go to the bathroom, you come back, take a shower. She's still talking. Doesn't even know you're not there. You got acquaintances and friends like that? I know you do. So she's going on, blah, 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 going on and on and on. And all of a sudden, I can't hear her. She's breaking up, and there's like a moment of silence, like for 10 seconds. And I'm thinking, oh, great, maybe she hung up. And no, there she is again. She's like going in and out, of the phone conversation. It gets silent, and then she's back, and then it gets silent, she's back. I still don't understand what she's talking about. So I say to her, oh my God, your signal is breaking up. And we actually get into an argument. And I realize, I say, you got a bad signal there. No, my signal's fine. You got a bad signal. Oh, no. My signal's fine. I've been talking to other people on this stupid cell phone, and there's been no problem with the signal. Well, there's no problem with my signal. Yes, there is, because I can't hear you every once in a while. And what I realized in this in this repartee was that in cell phone conversations, as far as the signal is concerned, you're never wrong. You're never wrong. You got a bad signal. No, I don't. You do. No, I don't. You do. No, I don't. You do. No, I don't. No, you do. No, you do. It's absolutely absurd. Who is it? Daniil Sadaka, who said breaking up is hard to do? It's not if somebody's got a bad signal from their cell tower. Then it's easy to do. Now, right now, I would play like 10, 15 seconds of the Neil Sedaka song, Breaking Up is Hard to Do, and it would have been uproariously funny and also very apropos. Do you know how to spell apropos? I bet you don't. You can say it, but you can't spell it. They do that on purpose. I was watching Jeopardy last night. I watched Jeopardy. I don't know the answer to all the questions, and when I do, it's sheer luck. And I wonder every once in a while, why am I watching a show that makes me feel stupid? Sometimes it makes me feel smart. If I get the answer and the people on the show don't, then I must be super smart, but that doesn't happen a lot. Why would I torture myself? This is how stupid I am. These people actually have to do the clicker thing. They're on television being watched by millions of people. I'm sitting in my underpants on my couch, far less intimidating, and they're still smarter than I am. Don't watch Jeopardy. It makes you sad. Two things make you sad: watching Jeopardy and watching the news at night to seeing how bad the world actually is around you. You don't want that realization a lot of times during the day. It's not a good thing. Psychologically, not a good thing for you. I hate small print. Did I talk about this last week? I can't remember what I talked about last week because that was like almost last week that happened. I hate small print. It concerns me. It scares me. Nothing is in small print unless it's supposed to be, so you can't read it. Did you ever have to sign a contract? That happened to me recently, and it was a fine contract, I assume. All the regular stuff that was spelling out how great this contract is between myself and the contractual people, that was in regular print, regular font, nice and big. I could read that. It seemed wonderful. But then I got to the end of the contract, and the print just all of a sudden got really tiny. And I had to get my glasses, and even with that, I couldn't see anything. And I knew that stuff is small for a reason, because they don't want you to read it. You look at that small print and you say to yourself, I can't read this. I'm just going to sign it anyway. I assume it's okay. These people seem okay. There doesn't seem to be anything wrong with this. I'm somewhat familiar with what they're talking about, although not completely. I'll just sign it because it's just too hard to read that stuff and even understand what it is, even if I could read it, but I can't. So I'll just sign it anyway. And that's why they have small print in a contract. It's the only reason. It's got to be the only reason. Why would they specifically take that particular clause, make it really, really tiny on purpose if you're supposed to read it? And then they ask you at the bottom, you sign your name, I agree with everything that's on this contract. No, you don't. You just assume you probably do. And then somewhere it bites you in the ass. Excuse me, there shouldn't be children in the room right now. The person who's doing the contract with you and they ask you to sign the contract, you say to them, I can't read the small print. And they always say this, don't worry about the small print. I'm not going to hold you to this anyway. Oh, I see. I get it. I'm signing a contract for no reason whatsoever. I'm not going to hold you to it. You can sign it, but it doesn't matter. I'm not an idiot. I'm not stupid. I'm not an a-hole. I'm not going to hold you to it. If there's something that happens and you didn't like it, we're just dumb. We'll worry. You can get out of it. It's not a big deal. I'm not that kind of person. No, I'm not. You don't know me. You have no idea how many people I killed. But I'm not that kind of person that you probably think that I am. I'm not that way. You don't know me. You don't know me. You don't know me. I hate small print. It means trouble. Whenever you see small print, it's small because you're not supposed to see it. The other place that there's small print is on your cell phone. What the hell is with that? Why did the cell phones get so small? You think they're big screens? They're not big screens. They're tiny screens. And I'll tell you something. Once you get to be over 40 years old, you can't read that stuff. And they know that you can't read it. They also know you're too embarrassed to say that you can't read it. Nobody looking at a screen where the type is so small you can't read it, no one admits it. Yeah, I can read it. My eyes are fine. I just don't want to read it. No, you can't read it. It's a problem. Well, you can always take your finger, and go like that, and the screen gets bigger. Yeah, then I'm only seeing 3 letters at a time of any given word. That doesn't work either. Then for a while they had the Apple Watches. I don't see a lot of those things, although at first I did. Now I don't. And the reason why? Who can read anything on that? I can't even tell what time it is. The thing's so small. It's the size of less than my wrist. You think I can read that crap? I'm going to text you on your Apple wrist phone. Don't do that. I can't read that. You can change the font for old people. Oh, stop it. For a while, about 5-6 years ago, Samsung especially, they had the Samsung Note. I don't know what number it was. Note 4, Note 3, I don't know. I think they're up to 9 or 10 or 20 or 70 by now. And I don't know if that's like how many generations it is or whether it reflects the year that it was released. I have no idea. But the Note, they used to be nice and large. You could fit those things. A man could fit it into most of their pant pockets. Women could fit it in their pocketbook. It was wonderful. It was like walking around with a small tablet, and you could read everything on it, and the quality was wonderful. Then for some reason, the cell phone companies decided, well, the manufacturers decided to, let's go small again. Let's go small. And now I cannot read most of the stuff on my cell phone, even with glasses on. It's just too small. And again, everybody agrees it's too small. It's just if you're over 40 years old, you're not going to admit it. I got to be honest with you. I'm over 40. I can't see this. That's what happens. That's what happens. And you know it. Don't lie to me. Don't you lie to me. I'm pointing my finger right at you. No, not you. You. I got a list today because last week I forgot my list and I just had to use my head, which I hate doing. It's really not worth using, to be honest with you. Using my brain is like using up the propane in your barbecue tank. There's like you're going to run out eventually. Or using my brain is like going into a restaurant where they have an occupancy restriction. Like we can't seat more than 30 people in here. That's the same with my brain. I can't take more than 30 thoughts. I really can't. Otherwise, we're going to have to dismiss other thoughts. There's only room for 30 of them here. So I try not to use my brain too much, and I write things down. Ron, you're writing things down? That's so archaic. Shut up. Just shut up. Shut up. I think I talked about this last week. I really think that there should be law against children, not having them necessarily, but about how to raise them. any child that bullies another child in school, and I truly believe this, I'm not making it up for comedy purposes. Quite obviously, nothing here is for comedy purposes. Any bully, any kid that constantly beats up other children should be arrested, handcuffed, and put in some type of juvenile delinquency program and get treatment. You know why? Because when you're an adult, you can't do that stuff. You can't walk up to somebody and say, I think you're ugly, and smack them in the head. You can't do that. You'll be arrested for sure. And it'll be on your record, and you won't be able to get a job. Not a good one, at least. You can't assault somebody for no reason because you think they're ugly or because you have a disagreement with them. But for some reason in school, if it's kids, that's okay because kids will be kids. No, kids will not be kids. Kids will be taught you can't do that. And just because you're a kid, you can't get away with it. That's our problem. You can get away with stuff when you're a kid. You take that same action when you're an adult, you can be arrested. It's wrong. Don't ever say to me, oh, well, kids will be kids. They don't have to be kids. They have to know their restrictions. You can't hit other people. You can't resort to violence to make a point. When you're an adult, that's going to cause you trouble. When you're a kid, yeah, kids will be kids. No, don't give them an excuse. Don't give them an excuse. Because it doesn't work. Because when those kids grow up and become adults, and they act then they act like children. And what does your spouse say? You know, you're an adult and you're acting like a child. Because they're admitting children act horribly. And that's what I'm saying. There should not be an excuse for violence at any age. You stop it when you see it, and you make sure they understand you cannot do that. And also, just because it's your child doesn't mean there's a halo over their head. If they did, there'd be no bad people. There are a lot of missing halos. Don't kid yourself. And that's what it takes to raise a child. To teach them morals, to teach them understanding, to teach them respect. It's your only freaking job. Make sure they're clothed. Make sure they're wearing pants out in public. Make sure they're fed and have a roof over their heads. In other words, keep them in the attic. Make sure they have morals. Make sure they respect. Make sure they're not violent. And you will have done your job. And then it's over. It's all you need to do. But for a lot of people, no, my child doesn't do things like that. Your child does. It's like your dog. We all love our dogs, right? My dog never bit anybody. My dog is very sweet. My dog sits on my lap, licks my face. My dog is so gentle and so loving. To you, but not to the other people, and that doesn't make it a good dog. You know, your dog bit my leg off. I don't understand. Doesn't bite my leg off. What are you, stupid? What are you, stupid? Do I have a leg? No, it seems to be missing. That's because your dog did it. My dog wouldn't do that. Same with the child. My child bullied your kid in school. My child doesn't bully. My child doesn't do that. Oh my God, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. Let's be something, huh? Now the bottom line is Republicans and Democrats. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this. As a citizen of the United States, and I know I'm one because I pay taxes in a pretty hefty manner, believe me. and I abide by its rules and regulations. I'm a good citizen. I vote. Well, I did try to get out of jury duty quite a bit, but that's besides the point. I'm a good citizen. You're not making it good for me. You little Congress people, I don't care how you do it. You better freaking get along from this point on. No more of this infighting. No more of Republicans trying to destroy Democrats and vice versa. I never want to hear from a politician, I'm going to make sure that they're not successful in doing this. No, that's not your job. You mediate with them. You negotiate. You come to a meeting point somewhere in the middle if that's the case. You're not out to destroy the other party. Then you're destroying me. And this has been going on for a long time now, especially for a 4-year period. If you remember that period with that guy with the big buildings, put his name on it, him. That seemed to be when everybody woke up and decided that they were going to destroy the country. United we stand, divided we fall. Guess which way we're going? Let's get this done. Get those people out of here. Appointing judges for lifelong terms? What the hell are you thinking? Lifelong terms? What? Somebody needs a wake-up call. Somebody better set their Alexa to wake them up because this is not working out. And if it is, it's just because we're lucky. Let's get some people in there who understand that this is for us, not for them, not for their power, not for their success, not to have things named after them like buildings and airports, but to do things that make our lives a bit more pleasurable, doing things that make sense for everybody. Not a lot of that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just about out of time. You have been wonderful. I have no idea what time it is at this point or how old I am. I'll be with you again next week. Until then, I wish you peace.